wanted to share with you a little bit of the story behind our Let's Talk Hope conference alongside Bell Let's Talk. You know, it was just a year ago that I was thinking to myself, we need to bring people together to talk about mental health, and I wanted to create a conference. And I thought about doing it on a mental health awareness day, but then I thought, you know, there's one day that really gets a lot of buzz around mental health, and that of course is Bell Let's Talk Day. So I took a risk and I gave them a call and I said, hey, I have this idea. I want to bring together people in a conference on Bell Let's Talk Day. Was that people really wanted to be connected. People wanted to connect on a deeper level than just listening to someone talk about mental health, especially youth. I had a youth come up to me after a school assembly. She said, you know, you speakers, you're all the same. You just say the same thing over and over again. Guess what? We're not listening. And it woke me up to the idea that when it comes to mental health and this whole idea of interpersonal neurobiology, this idea that when I sit with you and I look into your eyes as you tell your story, and you share, and I come with empathy and attunement, I'm listening to you. Did you know that your brain is rewired? So how is our brains rewired? How do we connect when we're just listening to one person? And a person that's so far away on a platform, it separates, it doesn't connect. And so I wanted to take a risk, and I created our Let's Talk Hope conference to be all about a place where everyone got to speak. And so last year, I mean, of course, we had some speakers, but the highlight of my day, the highlight of the whole thing and the risk of the whole thing was putting people together in circles. And we're talking from all sectors of society: business owners, mental health care professionals, students, teachers, people who care about mental health, mixing them up, putting them in a circle, and getting them to share their perspectives or what they're doing around the circle. Everyone's voice getting to be heard. And after that, we asked, what was the one thing that was common, that was shared around the circle? You know what people said? You know what it all boiled down to, from a 15-year-old all the way to a corporate CEO? Disconnection. We feel that disconnection is a real problem. And so in Calgary, this is where our conference starts this year. If you were at our conference last year, it's not going to be the same, because we continue on based on what you brought up. And so this year, I couldn't be more thrilled to have Dr. Jody Carrington opening our day up. Not because we believe in the speaker being the highlight, but because I couldn't think of anyone better to speak to the idea of connection before we dive in and hear from you. Hear from you. Every single person's voice will get to be heard. Every single voice at the table collaboratively coming together to talk about what could solve our mental health crisis. I have to be really honest, there has been some things that have grieved me when I've reached out to some people that I just think, man, I just want you there because I see what you're doing and I just think that you're absolutely amazing and what you bring to the table is so valid. And it's grieved me when I've heard the answer, well, if I'm not getting paid to speak or if I'm not on the platform, then I'm not coming. I can't tell you how much that's broken my heart, because that's not the point. This particular conference is about coming together because mental health has to be created socially. It's not a one-person show. It's not one organization owning the shares in mental health. No, guys, together, it has to be done. Together is the only way we're going to see some real difference made in the area of the crisis that we're seeing with our youth, with our seniors, with the people that we care about day to day, that we face, that's struggling mentally. It has to be done together. So this year, I'm inviting you. I'm inviting you to the table. If you live in Vancouver, I want you at the table. Edmonton, I want you at the table. Calgary, I'm calling you, my community, to the table. We got to come together because it's only together that we're going to see a difference made.